What do you think of Luke Rockhold? I saw you and him on Ariel's show earlier, and it seems like he seems to find you kind of annoying. That's the vibe I'm getting from him. But for you, what do you make of him?
I guess I'm annoying him a little bit. That's it's kind of the, I'm trying to a little bit. I'm trying to get on his nerves a little bit. I want him to come at me, come after me, try to fight me, and don't just try to keep his. I don't know. I'm looking forward to getting in there and seeing what the hell I'm made of, and fighting this bigger guy, this former world champion. I like Luke. He's a little weird. I feel like a lot of the people here in Denver are kind of fucking weird. We've had a lot of weird driving experiences calling for Ubers and Lyfts. Oh my gosh, dude. Some of these people are wild. Some of them are chill, and they just drive us where we need to go. This guy picked us up from lunch earlier. He's pulling up, and he drives over the fucking curb. And we're like, what the hell is he doing, man? Somebody was talking about when they picked us up from the airport, they were like, man, there's a lot of these heroin-addicted whites out here. Oh. And I was like, what? What is this, Ohio? What's going on, man?
California, any of it? It's funny, actually, I called someone, I was like, this is my first time in Denver. Like, out here, it's really beautiful, it's nice. And he said, oh, what about all the homeless? I was like, oh, homeless are everywhere at the moment.
Yeah. Florida's got a lot of homeless.
Yeah. LA.
It's warmer. I don't know how they're homeless here. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, because it's cold?
Yeah, because it gets cold and snow, and I don't know, is there mountain lions out here?
I would say there probably are, actually.
Probably some mountain lions out here, right?
Luke is obviously a very confident guy and carries himself like he's a very confident guy, but I feel like I've spoken to other guys who fought in the UFC and then they come and do bare knuckle, and it's not, you can't really like prepare for it until you try it, that's the vibe I'm getting anyway. So for him to sort of say like, oh, I'm going to show you what I'm made of, do you feel like once he gets in there he's going to realise like, oh, this is a brand new thing and fuck, I might not have been ready for it?
I don't know. That all depends on me. Mm-hmm. That depends on if I'm able to, put my stuff together, and if I'm able to trick him, if I'm able to close the gap and get my hands on him. If I gotta, is he going to stalk forward, or is he gonna keep his head out of range and try to use his height? Am I going to have to hit him in the body to bring his face down to me? Is he going to be easy to hit at any time? Am I going to be able to be faster and be able to close the gap? And, how's my power going to fare against his size? So, and I got to watch out for his shit, because he can make some videos punching the mitts. You know what I mean? But I'm not a standing still target waiting for you. I mean, a lot of people know I get hit, but I think it's more than just me waiting for it. I roll with the punches. Yeah. So,
but this is also a game where it's almost like it can fuck you up if you hit someone too much, right? If he hits you and his hands, a bit brittle or something, they'll break right away. So it's a bit of a weird one where. It's not a weapon to get hit, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
It can be an advantage to have my head, yes, for sure. I told him on Ariel, I'm gonna headbutt your hands, and then I'm gonna punch you in the face. So, hopefully it works out like that, and I can take it when he cracks my skull.
Okay, it's a nice way to look forward to your Saturday, right? Do you think his chin is questionable?
No, he fought Paulo Costa. That was his most recent, right? Paulo's a big tank of a guy. But MMA and boxing are just two totally different sports, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it was MMA, I probably couldn't. I wouldn't win that fight, because he's a phenomenal grappler, and. I've trained with some phenomenal grapplers who are just too heavy for me, and they crush me down over time. So, but boxing is my thing. I have a swagger, and I've faced. I get in the gym with some of the toughest guys in the world, and I shock them. They're like, oh, Mike, go around asking, is Mike on steroids? Nope, I just love to box. I love to fight. It's mano y mano always comes to mind, you know.
That's random that they think you're on steroids. It's probably a compliment in there somewhere.
Yes, I took it as a compliment, and bare knuckle's not checking for that anyways.
Okay.
So who knows who's on the shit?
Yeah.
Who knows if Julian was? Who knows if MVP was on anything, or if I was, or I'm not? But
I was about to say you can clear that up right now.
You can ask USADA. USADA tested me all the time.
Yeah.
I passed almost 50 of their tests. So
I feel like, maybe not for you because you're involved in it, but I feel like the mood for people watching sport, it used to be like, oh, if someone's on steroids, it's super bad, fuck them, rah. Now I feel like everyone's kind of almost over it. You know, I feel like if someone pops now, people are just like, oh, whatever, everyone's taking something, and maybe that's just me, but
it's a joke. You know, it's kind of a joke where some people are like, if I'm watching sports, yeah, I want you on steroids, and you know, I want to see, you know, soccer at 150 to 140, and not 1-to-1. You know what I mean? So, you know, take all the steroids. But I think if bare knuckle wants to go to Vegas, I think that is going to be in their cards, that they're going to have to get these fighters tested and checked, and you know, I'll still be me. I'll still be the same old Mike Perry.
Did you see the 6 guys who do the slap fighting all tested positive?
I heard that you know, those guys are doing cocaine, and
I feel like that should be a prerequisite
for steroids, and you know, these are regular people. I feel like who started doing this slap thing. Just kind of regular guys who used to be entertained by fighters at home in the tough house, and they get their opportunity to go there, and they want to show out, you know, so they're trying to make themselves better. But I've been at this a really long time. You know, I've been doing this for forever. I always train, I always work out, I'm in great shape, so.
And no cocaine for you right before you go out?
No, not right before. No.
Right after. With Luke, do you think this is something that, I think when you first did this, you said, like, this is something I'm good at. Bare knuckle boxing is something that you just can naturally succeed in. Do you think Luke can take this in the same way you have, or do you think this is your world and he's going to come here without the kicks, without the grappling, and realize, like, oh, like, this isn't something I can do well at?
Yeah, you know, I feel like he's got the biggest challenge in this sport as he's coming into it. Even though I've only got 2 of these, you know, I just, you know, I consider myself a street fighter.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
If I'm going to fight you or anyone in the street, I don't care how big you are, size, height, weight, anything, I'm going to get real nasty real fast, and I'm going to try to hurt you, and, you know, I'm going to play it smart too. You know, I'm going to keep myself out of dangerous situations, kind of like, you know, when I was in Russia and I was in that in that studio, and then I saw more people coming in trying to get close to me. I start moving all over that damn place, trying not to let nobody get too close, you know what I mean? So
Go on, Karen.
As a smart fighter, there's lots of options I have in there. But ultimately, I see me and Luke in a similar manner where we are going to want to hurt each other.
Yeah.
So if one of us is playing the cards right, moving and trying to take our time, or he's trying to be rangy, he's right. I'm going to have to go in and go after him. Mm-hmm. If I'm a little too fast and playing my angles right, he's going to have to come forward and come try to find me, and I think that's going to play into my hand. So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah. Is bare knuckle the closest thing you've experienced to a street fight in terms of like licensed competition? Or is MMA more like a street fight because it can go to the ground and go everywhere?
Right. I mean, in my opinion, the way that I want to fight, I don't really want it to go to the ground unless I knock you over and then I finish you off. I mean, and then in a street fight, if I knock you down, I'm not going after you to finish you because I'm not trying to go to jail, right? Self-defense rules, things like that. So, you know, that was my thing in the UFC, was that with all the other stuff, the kicks, the takedowns, having to stop them or whatever. I like to throw some elbows and knees, but I always wanted to throw hands, and I didn't want to slow the fight down. I was kind of that guy who's like, come on, let's just meet in the middle and try to slug it out. And you only get like an inch or two to back up or move to the side. So, I've had my fair share of street fights, man. Some have gone to the ground, some have not. But I'm also a professional mixed martial artist, a professional bare knuckle boxer. So,
do you have a better record as an athlete or a better record on the streets?
Man, well, the ones that pay me definitely make more sense.
Yes.
So, the last couple years, I've been doing my thing, and I've tried to keep myself in a winning mindset, and I'm looking to keep it going Saturday night.
It feels like you've grown a lot. Like since us, we got the
Which is weird. You see a lot of fighters, man, they really lose their stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm really just trying to keep all my stuff together. So I got kids and a family now, and I want to show them that you can do anything and get better, be wiser. And I mean, I've always considered myself to I love martial arts movies and cartoons, and they always have this story with some master. Someone's a master, and I can see myself being that. Consider that I can help people in this sport. I also see myself, later in life, in the next 10 years, just kind of not teaching anyone, because, I'm just going to look at people and be like, you ain't got it. You ain't got it. You're going to have to prove me wrong. You know what I mean? And, that's me. I've been around guys who were great influences, older men who were awesome, and some believed in me, some might have been like, nah, I don't see it, and it, you need both kinds, but it's about never giving up, never quitting. I could leave right now, I could not go to this fight if I was really just like, damn, I don't know. I could just be like, you know what, guys, I can't do it. And especially with all the stuff that's happened with like my buddy passing away and stuff. But that's not me. And everything that happens in my life, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to use it as fuel, and, you be brave and courageous, and you put yourself out there, and you just try to be you the best you can be.
There's ways, right, of using like things that happen to you, like you said, you can use it as fuel in your life. But some people take it and they use it in a negative way. Like bad things happen to them, they get angry, they go out, they just attack people on the street, and they get in fights, and they take drugs and fuck up. Or you can use it in a positive way, which I think at one point, if you don't mind me saying, you might have been heading this way, and then suddenly it seemed like you did a U-turn. Now you've become what I would say is like clearly a grounded individual who wants to try and be as good as they can be. I'm wondering if there was one particular moment that made you do that, or if you just realized like after a couple of fuck ups, you're like, what am I doing?
Well, you see the good things that happen when you try to respond, and it's like Ariel asked me earlier. He's like, I see that you you follow him, and you watch some of you. I kept talking about some of the videos I saw on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like, why would I shy away from it if I'm going to be dealing with this person?
Sure.
Why would I tell myself I don't want to see any of the stuff that he's doing? And it's like, be an open book, be open to it. And, last night, we were getting food after I worked out, and it was late. Everything was closed around here. So we finally end up finding a Denny's, and we go to the Denny's. There's no one in there. There's one guy drinking coffee. The lady wasn't even up front for like 10 minutes, and she finally comes to talk to us, and she's like, oh, you guys can't have your bags in here. My buddies had their bags because we're traveling and stuff, and we're not from here. Apparently we're in some horrible heroin area or some shit. and people bring drugs and bags and stuff. And she's like, you're in this bad area, you can't bring your bags in here, you're gonna have to leave your bags outside. I was like, tell me how that makes sense. If we leave our bags outside in this bad area, these crackheads are gonna take our bags. What are you talking about? So then I'm like, okay, well, can we order to go? And then we talked about it like, okay, once we all get our food, let's just sit down and eat. And it's like, you know what, man? I don't want to eat around this negativity. You know what I'm saying? So I just, there's always another route you can take, man, and do it with a smile on your face.
Yeah. Did you see the thing with Nate in New Orleans the other day?
Yeah, I said it was BS. That he's got charges.
Yeah. I mean, they put a statement out today saying it was self-defense, that the guy was approaching him and stuff.
But is he going to have to, like, go to jail for just a day, or can the lawyers take care of that from outside the state?
I don't know this to be true,
Right.
but I would assume that the lawyers can be like, look, he's not flying back to Louisiana for... And also...
To go to fucking jail.
I mean, also, like, wouldn't they rather they just gently chokes you out than fucking smacks you and stomps on your head? I feel like he did the nice thing.
You know.
Probably could have put him down a little bit gently.
I mean, if you're coming up to me like this and you keep coming my way and I'm backed up to a wall.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess it was like Logan Paul's cousin?
No, it was some influencer
It's
boxer.
some dude who
it looks like him. Just looks like him.
I saw something that said it was like Paul's cousin.
No, it's a guy he fights as not Logan Paul. He just is a lookalike.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe Nate was confused.
Of course he's trying to press charges, but you can't... If someone doesn't want you close to them and you're like walking up to them like this, dude, I'm gonna fucking fuck you up, bro. Like, I'm not gonna give you a chance. So, you know, at least he set him down, and of course the guy presses charges because it's Nate Diaz. But I mean, we all saw it, and the video was kind of hard to see anyways. So I'm sure it'll get tossed out.
Hopefully. I don't want to keep you too long, but there was this rumor, right, that the winner of this fight would potentially fight Darren Till. I think that's a name that's thrown at you like all the fucking time because of the spar and everything like that. Is that any interest to you at this point, or are you just like, you know what, if it happens, it happens, if not, it?
Yeah, a little bit of both. I mean, I'm interested. We can run it, you know. Let me get through this big motherfucker on Saturday, and then we'll figure it out, you know. We've all come a long way as fighters, and what this shit means to us, and, you know, on our path to be those masters that we thought maybe we wanted to be. You know, Luke's always been a little conceited. I don't know if he wants to be a master. You know, I'm going to have to pick his brain. And Saturday night, I'm going to go in there and pick little chunks out of it.
It's a nice way to end it.
All right, thanks, buddy.